morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started with the council meeting in about 1 minute. Calling Councilwoman Frances Allen Polensky. Okay, good morning. We're going to go ahead and get started with our City Council meeting for September 3rd, 2025. We are officially called to order. Francis. We are officially called to order. Thank you. Okay, the September 3rd, 2025 meeting of the City Council is called to order. This meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. And for those wondering, Mayor Berkeley is excused for this meeting. These proceedings are being video recorded and can be viewed live on City of Las Vegas TV on Cox Cable Channel 2. You can also watch the meeting live online and access other city content by visiting lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on City of Las Vegas TV the Wednesday of the meeting at 8 o'clock p.m. and also on Friday at 4 o'clock a.m., Saturday at 7 o'clock p.m., Sunday at 7 o'clock a.m., and the following Monday at 5 o'clock p.m. This building is protected by the state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler system. If alarms should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exits at the back of chambers, out of the mezzanine, proceed out the double doors to the terrace, and down the back staircase. For anyone that has difficulty with stairs, please check with a marshal or fire official for assistance. Once outside, assemble on the northeast corner across from the street from City Hall at Lewis and First Street. Employees wearing safety vests or our city marshals will inform you when it is safe to re-enter the building. For public comment related to the items on the agenda, citizen participation in public hearing items, we have available a speaker card which you can complete and submit to the city clerk. Cards are available in the clerk's office or at the rear of the chambers. If you do not submit a card, it does not prevent you from speaking under public comment, citizens participation, or specified public hearing items. If there is anyone present today that has a need for hearing impaired equipment, please see the city clerk staff. Please note, if you parked in the parking garage across the street, a self-validation machine is located in the foyer between council chambers and the security desk you walked through to enter these chambers. You must have your ticket with you to use the machine. If you do not have your ticket, see security personnel when exiting for a validation coupon. Before we proceed with the agenda, would everyone please rise for the invocation given by Pastor Brad Beckman, First Good Shepherd Lutheran Church, and please remain standing for the pledge.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We all need help. That's the word that came to my mind this morning, help, and I needed help waking up, so I have my caffeine today. So I'm thinking of a couple words from Scripture, Psalm 46, verse 1, God is our refuge and strength and ever-present help in trouble. Psalm 121, I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Let's pray. Lord God, thank you for a new day, undeserved as it is. We appreciate your ongoing grace and favor and the help that you've given us in the way of Jesus, who died for our sins and rose again. We also need your help when it comes to wisdom and discernment and choices and making right decisions. And we pray that you would inform us and that you would give us the wisdom and discretion that we need in our personal lives and our professional lives to make decisions, healthy ones, that are good for us and for the people whom we serve. And thank you, God, for serving us in and through Jesus, in whose name we pray, and everyone said, Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Would you mind leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance as well?
Yes. We say together, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. We are now going to enter into our ceremonial portion of the agenda. We're going to make our way down. Good morning. So again, I extend our hopes that the mayor is feeling a little bit better. She couldn't make it this morning, but I'm happy to be here along with some exceptional council people. And today we have a very exciting ceremonial item. We're recognizing the Summerlin South Little League team. Let's give them a round of applause. So we're going to recognize a special team that captured hearts across Las Vegas, Nevada, and around the world. Please join me in welcoming manager TJ Fexer, thank you. TJ Fexer and the United States champion Summerlin South Little League team. Sir, come on up. We are thrilled as the team made its way through the draw, making its way all the way to the U.S. Championship game in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Our team shined, defeating the club from Connecticut 8-2 to win the national title. It was an amazing ride and brought back memories of 2014 when the Las Vegas Mountain Ridge Little League team became the first Nevada team to qualify for the Little League World Series. Those players are all grown up now, and we are cheering on Summerlin South. Last week's celebratory parade at downtown Summerlin was incredible with the excitement of the crowd and the team. Thank you for all of your hard work in giving our city, state, and country a great team to cheer for. I'm going to turn the microphone over to the manager here for a few words, then maybe you can have one or two of the players make some comments, because we're going to ask you all to come on up, and it's now your turn, sir.
Wonderful. Mayor Pro Tem, City Council, thank you for hosting us today. Very proud of how Las Vegas supported this team from afar. We worked hard for you guys, not only just for the last 2 to 3 months, but these teams and families have dedicated really a decade of dedication to youth baseball to be here. Thank you for embracing this team and supporting us. And I can't tell you how beyond proud I am of this team, our coaches, our family members to make it this far. And again, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it.
Nice job. Okay, so we are going to turn it over to a baseball mom, our Councilwoman Frances Allen Polensky, who's going to read the names, but I'm going to ask the team to stand up and come on down and meet us at the podium.
The team includes Coach Adam Malin, Mariko Miranda, TJ Fexer, Tony D'Ambrosio, players, Banks Mosler, Brooks Flexer, Cash Malin, Cutter Rickerford, Dustin Gruzel, Ethan Robertson, Garrett Gallegos, Gray Miranda, Griffin Vargas, Jaden Lee, whose favorite food is pork belly.
You were watching. She was watching.
Every game. Luke D'Ambrosio or Lukey Betts, and Mason Shooter.
Mason Shooty.
Shooty.
Super, thanks guys. Hey guys.
Turn around here. This way. Okay, and what two of you have to speak? So you're going to say something really meaningful, passionate. So which two? Which two's going to do it? If y'all shake your hand, I'm going to pick one of you. There you go, sir.
What do I say?
Something meaningful, passionate. Tell us. Inspire us. You can do it.
I don't know.
What school do you go to?
I go to Faith Lutheran Middle School.
And what do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to play in the MLB when I grow up.
Best part about this team right now?
The best part about this team is how good we are at baseball.
Now you're going to say something to the parents over there. What are you going to say to your parents?
Thank you, parents, for all that you have done and helping us go to the Little League World Series.
Nice job. Okay, one more.
Should he get up here?
Come on up. There you go.
Let's go. You get it.
What school do you go to?
I go to Amplis Academy.
Favorite part about the team?
Favorite part of the team is how kind they are and how much respect they have for the game.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be an MLB player when I grow up.
What do you say to your coaches?
Thank you for all they've done and getting us the distance that we've gone to.
Very nice job. Okay, here's the hardest part. We're going to scooch y'all in because we're going to take a picture. You're going to have to scooch in. Scooch in. You're off center. Keep going like 5 steps this way. 5 steps.
Cutter, you're in the middle.
There you go.
Stop right there, Cutter. Squeeze here. Squeeze in.
It's a lot easier to coach you guys at baseball than it is a picture. Okay, you good?
Super. There. Scoot. Hey, you know you're there. Scoot up. Let's go. All right. If you're a little bit taller than okay. Super. Scooch in. There you go, guys. There you go. There you go.
We got to get Councilwoman Bruni before we do.
I can see. Yeah.
Go ahead and open them, guys. Yeah. There we are.
Okay, you guys are going to stay up here because we're going to push the podium back and we're going to invite your parents, the parents that are here, because you all deserve some recognition as well. So come on up. Give these parents a round of applause. This is a lot of work on everybody's behalf. Scooch back. You're going to have to take a few steps back.
Slide on the end with Karen.
Couple steps back. Hey, everybody take a half step back.
Keep going, I'll tell you when to stop.
You were completely covered by the kids. It's okay. I was. Yeah. It's okay.
Nancy, you want to come right here? Right here. Right here.
Can I just go on my tiptoes a little bit? I'm behind you.
Yeah, there you go. You guys can everybody see.
All right, wonderful smiles right here. Ready, and 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Again, give them a round of applause. The players, the coaches, the management, and the parents. Nice job. You make Las Vegas proud.
Keep up the good
Nice job.
work.
Really good. Nice job.
Thank you so much. Thanks for Thank you very much. Very nice to meet you. Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you again to Summerlin South, and now you need to get to school. So, do you guys hear that part, right? You know we're talking. It's time to go to school. Our next recognition and Citizen of the Month, and I'm going to turn it over to Councilwoman Chandra Summers Armstrong, who has a special group of people to recognize. I'll turn it over to her.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Knudsen. Today, we are honored to welcome a very special guest. This nonprofit organization has worked diligently to ensure that legal services are accessible to residents throughout Las Vegas. I'd like to invite the Executive Director of the Nevada Legal Services, Alex Cherub, and his team to join us here at the podium. All right. Founded in 1981, the Nevada Legal Services, better known as NLS, is the only statewide nonprofit legal aid organization in Nevada, serving across all 17 counties and 28 federally recognized Native tribes. Through educational sessions on issues like housing and tenant rights offered at its 4 offices and through extensive community outreach, NLS delivers critical legal assistance to thousands of our most vulnerable residents each year. The organization handles a wide range of civil legal issues, including unsafe living conditions, illegal evictions, wrongful denial of public benefits, veteran services, elder law, consumer rights, tribal matters, and barriers to housing or employment. Housing-related issues, in particular, consistently represent the greatest area of need. In just the past 5 years, NLS has provided legal assistance to over 20,000 cases to residents in the Las Vegas area. Nearly 74% of those cases are related to housing. Guided by a community-lawyering approach, NLS has launched specialty programs and targeted outreach initiatives aimed at expanding access to justice. The organization also runs a pro bono attorney program, legal clinics, community education workshops, and maintains partnerships for interagency referrals. I personally met Alex and his team in 2021 after returning from my first session in the Nevada legislature. I was observing landlord-tenant proceedings in the North Las Vegas Justice Court, and I saw Alex and his team set up in the courtyard, in the court foyer, helping residents navigate the complicated eviction process. That experience left a strong impression on me. 2 years ago, Alex and his team launched another community lawyering project, say that several times, this time in partnership with the National Action Network. I'd like to take a moment to recognize Reverend Robert Bush, if you would stand, please, who is here with us in support of the work. Together with NLS, and NAN has hosted a monthly clinic on the last Wednesday of every month, where community members receive pro bono legal support, as well as referrals to social service agencies that can help with a wide range of challenges. In essence, Nevada Legal Services plays a vital role in our city, delivering free, impactful legal support tailored to the needs of those who need it most, from veterans and renters to seniors, working families, and members of the LGBTQ+ community. Through their tireless efforts and community-centered mission, they help ensure fairness, dignity, and access to justice for all. Alex, I would like to give you a couple minutes to speak. He can preach, y'all, so I may have to pull his jacket. But I'd like Alex to say a few words.
Thank you so much, and I want to express our appreciation on behalf of Nevada Legal Services to the City Council of Las Vegas, and particularly Councilwoman Summers Armstrong. How about a round of applause for Councilwoman Summers Armstrong, and thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Nevada Legal Services is incredibly grateful for this honor today, because as the Councilwoman pointed out, we believe in the principles of community lawyering. That is a philosophy of law that means the community are engaged in identifying the legal needs that face the community, and that we, as lawyers, are more powerful when we collaborate and connect with those in the community to find a legal solution. We don't just look at the legal problem, we look at the whole problem, the holistic problem, and find solutions. And we are so honored to be here with the City Council today as a partner in community lawyering. I wanted to just point out a couple of my team members that I'm very proud to have here today. Our senior attorney, John Brogdon, he leads our Tenants' Rights Center that the Councilwoman talked about every Wednesday morning, except today because he's here being honored. Mr. Brogdon is at the North Las Vegas Justice Court, and every other day he's in other courts throughout the Vegas Valley. Also, our board member, Bill Curran, is with us today. We appreciate Bill for his wisdom and guidance. And our newest board member, our treasurer, Professor Rachel Anderson, who has joined our team and brings that community philosophy to our stage. Oh, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention our vice chair of our board, actually, who wears a variety of different hats, Mr. Jeff Dorkak, who is on the job today, so can't say any words. But just wanted to close, in addition to expressing our gratitude and appreciation, our heartfelt incredibly appreciation to the Las Vegas community for us working together to find solutions for those in need. 92% of individuals who have a civil legal need that impacts their lives directly do not have access to an attorney. 92%. That's the justice gap that exists in today's society. We at Nevada Legal Services and our partners at Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada and Southern Nevada Senior Law Program are committed to working to decrease that justice gap and ensure access to justice for all. Thank you so much for today's honor, and we appreciate working with every single one of you and look forward to the ongoing collaboration.
All right, that was a mini sermon. All right, we're going to take some pictures. So if you would step in. Oh, wait, I have to do the presentation. Okay, little nervous. All right, Alex, this is just a special certificate for you as the lead at the organization. Very, very proud of you and just grateful for your presence in the community. And we have a plaque for the entire team. We want you to put that up in the wall in a very prominent place to let folks know that we see you, but also to remind your staff on those days when it gets a little rough, when it seems a little overwhelming, that the city of Las Vegas and the people who live here depend upon you more than you know. So thank you. Okay.
He comes out. No, you guys first. You guys are the honorees.
Come on. Everybody here.
Well, now.
There you go.
There we go. All right, everyone.
Francis, mutual friends with him. I know, he's looking on the phone. Pleasure to meet you in person.
And now moving on to our third and final ceremonial this morning, and MPT asked me to introduce this one because he can get a little tongue twisted in Espanol. We're going to recognize Judith Pinedo and Escaramuza Charra Colibris de Nevada. And our fabulous councilwoman for Ward 6, Nancy Bruni, has this ceremonial.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Good morning, everyone. As we head into Hispanic Heritage Month, I could not think of a better person to recognize and honor than Judith Pinedo Bugarin and Escaramuza Charra Colibres de Nevada. Judith founded Escaramuza Charra Colibres in 2015. The purpose of the organization is to preserve and share the traditions of charreria, Mexico's national sport, using it as a tool to foster cultural pride, empowerment, and community unity. For many years, charreria was considered a sport exclusively for los hombres. But since 1989, the Escaramuza Charra has officially become part of this cherished tradition. Typically consisting of about 8 women or girls, the team performs synchronized horseback choreographies. They ride on side saddles and wear beautiful embroidered costumes inspired by the Adelitas, who are known as the brave women who fought in the Mexican Revolution. Judith grew up performing charreria in Mexico. When her father was murdered, she wanted to honor his life and legacy and the tradition of charreria by continuing to perform and founding Escaramuza Charra Colibres. Through hours of practice and the events, the group seeks to strengthen the bond between mothers and daughters, provide safe activities for youth, and uplift its members, helping them overcome personal challenges while cultivating resilience, unity, and healthy lifestyle habits. Escaramuza Charra Colibres regularly participates in educational, civic, and cultural events, earning wide recognition from local, state, and national authorities here in the United States and also in Mexico. You may have seen them. I know some of our elected officials have had voter registration drives, and you'll see them in the street supporting civic engagement. I know I've been particularly proud and honored to have them come out to Ward 6. They have activated our beautiful but underutilized Bradley Bridle Park, bringing events to the park, and I think it's been a great way to celebrate our Latino traditions, but also recognize our horse-loving properties and traditions out in Ward 6. And I just want to share, over the years, Judith has really become a friend, and if you know her, you love her. She is so service-oriented. She is truly trying to help the community and help others, and I see a couple of our Metro partners in the room because she's truly willing to partner with everyone, and everyone comes out. So thank you. I'd like to turn the microphone over to you to say a few words. We have a proclamation and some certificates, and then I know that you're going to be bringing a special cultural tradition with some mariachi music, maybe?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning, members of the City Council. First, I would like to sincerely thank Councilwoman Bruni for presenting this recognition today. It is an honor to be acknowledged by you and to share this moment with our community. On behalf of Escaramuza Colibris de Nevada, I am filled with gratitude and joy to receive this recognition. Thanks you, Council, for supporting and honoring our dedication. Our team is made up of young ladies, 14 to women, who practice with discipline and commitment through intense weekly workouts. With passion, we proudly preserve and showcase the tradition of Mexican, while also teaching others about this beautiful art form. Each year, we participate in many community events, including our annual Posada Equestre, which we are now celebration for 3 years. It has been joy to bring this tradition to Ward 6, uniting families and neighbors through culture. This recognition is not only for me, but for every rider who gives her time, energy, and heart to Colibris de Nevada. I am grateful, joyful, and humbled to stand here on their behalf. I want to close with a message in Spanish that inspires us all. Los obstáculos no deben detenernos, sino impulsamos a ser más generosos y fuertes. Con trabajo duro, perseverancia, este camino largo vale la pena recorrer. Así inspiramos a nuestras generaciones a superarse y a dar siempre lo mejor de sí mismas. Thank you very much, Consul.
We have a proclamation. I'm just going to read the first part because it's really long. Whereas Escaramuza Chara Colibris de Nevada, founded in 2015 by Judith Pinedo Bugarin, preserves and shares the traditions of charrería, Mexico's national sport, using it as a powerful tool to foster pride, empowerment, and community unity. Therefore, we, the mayor and the members of the Las Vegas City Council, hereby proudly proclaim September 3rd, 2025 as Escaramuza Chara Colibris de Nevada Day. So you have your very own day.
Agradezco la asistencia de todas nuestras amistades que siempre han estado hombro con hombro en todos nuestros eventos culturales y también la compañía de Mariachi Bonito Amanecer que siempre está en todos nuestros eventos y agradecerle a mi familia y mi hijo que hoy nos va a hacer una demostración de floreo de soga. Gracias.
Do you guys want to come down? They're going to do a couple of songs, and then we'll conclude with a photo.
I know. I'm just watching it.
Por ti daré yo.
We're just going to go ahead and do a quick picture, so we're going to need everyone up here to kind of scooch together. Come on up. You're going to have to get closer. Scooch. Nice job. You guys did wonderful. Fantastic. There you go.
Yes.
Nancy, yeah, get right. You okay? Scooch up front. Let's give them one more round of applause. Beautiful work. Congratulations. Nice job, Councilwoman. We're going to take a 5-minute break and then get started with our regular city council meeting. So in 5 minutes. Okay, we are going to have to get our city council meeting started, so I'm going to give you about 2 minutes, and we are going to start the council meeting. Okay, we are going to go ahead and get started with our city council meeting.
Councilwoman, she's in the audience. Another one's coming up. Okay.
Here we go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Miss Luann, are we ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's the meeting portion of our agenda. As you're exiting, if you could please keep your voices down. There we go. We are now to the public comment portion of the agenda. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. All comments made will be cross-referenced to those specific items. If anyone submitted a speaker card or who wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. This is your opportunity to address the council, but the council is not able to respond or engage in dialogue. We'll set the clock at 2 minutes. If anybody would like to step forward, please do so now. Mr. Nimrod, please come forward.
My name is Eric Melchizedek Christ Nimrod. My name means valiant, strong in the Hebrew language. You can fact check that in Young's Analytical Concordance to the Bible, page 696. Good morning, beloved Mayor Shelley, wherever you are, and all of you mighty council members. What I'm here to speak about today is I'm hoping that Public Works consent the extensions on 19, 20, 21, and 22. I hope that doesn't cost the city too much money. And thank you, council members, for doing a great job.
Thank you, Mr. Nimrod. Anybody else for public comment? Hearing and seeing none, we'll close the public comment period. Moving on to item number 8, for possible action, any items from the 9:30 a.m. session that the council staff and/or the applicant wish to be stricken, tabled, withdrawn, or held in abeyance to a future meeting may be brought forward and acted upon in this time. Councilwoman Diaz?
Item number 2924-0513, variance 1, applicant Santos Aguilar, owner Leani Gonzalez Argüelles, on .14 acres at 2104 Santa Rita Drive. An abeyance is requested at 10/15/2025, requested by me. Agenda item 30A, 25-0109, variance 1, VAR 1, applicant owner Gold L Limited RE LLC to allow, number 6, to allow a 32-foot residential adjacency setback where 66 feet is required, strike requested by staff. And agenda items 31 through 31D, 25-0176-VAR1, VAR2, SUP1, and SDR1, applicant owner For Him for Life, Inc., on 4.5 acres at the northeast corner of Harris Avenue and Bruce Street. An abeyance is requested to 9/17/2025 by the applicant. And these are the items that have been requested be stricken or obeyed, MPT.
There is a motion on the floor. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Moving on to item number 9, for possible action to approve the final minutes by reference of the August 6, 2025 regular city council meeting. Councilwoman Diaz, do I have a motion?
I move to approve those minutes.
There's a motion. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Moving on to item number 10. Item number 10 through 22 are on the consent agenda, are considered to be routine, are recommended for approval by the departments, and may be enacted in one motion. Are there any items the council wishes to bring forward? Seeing none, Councilwoman Diaz, do I have a motion for the consent agenda, items 10 through 22?
Absolutely, Mayor Pro Tem. May we move to vote on the consent agenda items 10 through 22?
There's a motion. Please vote. And post. That consent item agenda passes. Moving on to item number 23, discussion for possible action regarding the method which shall be used to fill the Ward 2 vacancy from the following options. Number 1, to direct staff to place an item on the September 17th, 2025 agenda listing the names of potential appointees, which shall be gathered in the method prescribed by City Council, from which the council will select and make an appointment as allowed for in the City Charter, Section 1.160 or 2, to declare by resolution a special election be held to fill the vacancy as allowed for in NRS Chapter 268.325. And we have some guests at the speaker, Dr. Holmes and Mr. Mazura. I'm sorry, I got very confused. Dr. Holmes and Mr. Zamora, please, it's all on you.
Good morning, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. Thank you for having us here. For the record, my name is Dr. Luann Holmes. I'm the city clerk and also the election official for the city. And my bestie right next to me is Vince Zamora, Director of HR. We're going to start by talking on the item which is to fill the vacancy that was created in Ward 2 when Councilwoman Seaman resigned, effective August 25th, which was last Monday. That actually starts a clock from ticking. In our charter, it says that the City Council must fill that vacancy by majority vote within 30 days. And that 30-day mark takes us to September 24th. So really what's going to be before you today, and we're going to talk a little bit about it, is you have two options. You can either choose to appoint an eligible resident that serves out until the 2026 election, or you can call for a special. There we go. So let's talk a little bit about the option 1, which is the appointee or a caretaker. Sometimes it's referred to as a caretaker. City Charter tells us that that vacancy, of course, has to be filled by a majority vote, and luckily today you have a majority here. The appointee must meet all the same qualifications as somebody that ran for the election, which means they need to be registered to vote or the ability to register to vote. That's what a qualified elector is, and they need to be a resident of Ward 2. The service window, the time that they'll be in the seat, is from September 2025 to anywhere between July or December, and that depends upon the results of the primary and the general election. And then really the policy choice you have, if you choose option number 1, is whether or not you want that person to sit in the seat and not be able to run during the 2026 election, which we often call a caretaker, or have the person be able to run. Forward. So the next option you have is to call for a special election. And of course, there's lots of regulations that govern that. First of all, NRS 268.325 says that in lieu of an appointment, the governing body may declare a special election by resolution to fill the vacancy. It also states that luckily in 293C.112, it allows you, instead of necessarily having an in-person election, you can do an all-mail ballot voting for one ward. The charter says that there are lots of notifications that you have to do to get the word out about a special election. So that kind of really predicts how long that process takes. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. But according to the election department, it's about 90 days to hold a special. And then our charter also goes on to say that the cost for any special elections must be paid by the city. So looking at that, we went out and asked the election department for an estimate. So this is an estimated cost to have a one-ward election, just mail ballots. There would be no voting centers on election day or no early vote sites other than the election department. To process and provide ADA services, they would be open so people could walk in and vote there, but the intent is really for it to be a mail ballot voting. And the cost would be $467,000, roughly. Now the schedule, this is a very rough schedule as well. But we would call for a special election by resolution at the next election or the next council meeting, which is September 17th. As you can see, we've got lots of opportunities for notifications. Candidate filing runs about a week. We need to notify people of close of registration. Mail ballots go out about November 22nd, and then our actual special election day is December 16th. And as you're all very familiar, December 16th, 10 days after that is when we canvass. So 10 days after the 16th is the 26th of December, which is the day after Christmas. You would be in here holding a canvass for the special election. And then December 31st, which is New Year's Eve, would be the last day to request a recount for any of the candidates. So that is our special election calendar. So what I'm going to ask you to do right now is to vote on one of those two options. And depending upon what you choose, we will continue on with the conversation. But the option is either, the vote is either to pick option number one and direct staff to allow for the person to run or not allow, no stipulation for the person to run. And then the second option is call for a special election.
Are there any questions or comments? If not, I would be willing to make a motion on this if there's no other questions up here. My motion would be, go, please.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I just want to clarify that, or just want clarification publicly, that even if we do ask or include a stipulation for the person not to run, there's nothing that we can do to enforce that. Is that correct?
Jeff Dorkek, City Attorney. Yes, Councilwoman Summers Armstrong through the MPT. Our request that a candidate stipulate in writing and or verbally that he or she will not run is a unenforceable promise, but can still be something that the council asks of the person to state on the public record. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's important. That this would be a situation where a person would give us their word, right?
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Just a couple of points that I was going to make, because I was in briefings with the mayor, and some of the things that she thought were important to mention are that these council seats are very important to our community. Ward 2 in particular represents over 127,000 people, and the work of a council member is important, it's critical, and they, in Ward 2, deserve representation. We're also aware of fiscal constraints at the city with a number of situations that cause us to be worrisome about next year's budget. And so $467,000 is a lot of money to put towards a special election that would go up until January, when filing for next year would also start in January. Is that correct?
March.
Around there?
March for regular council seats, January for judicial.
Mr. MPT, if I could, I think we didn't highlight also this, which is another nuance in helping us make this decision, is that even if we were to hold a special election and that person pulls off the special election, that Ward 2 person would have to go for re-election in the 26th cycle. Is that accurate, Ms. Holmes, Dr. Holmes?
Yes, absolutely.
So that, I think, weighs in our decision-making as well, that they would have to go back to back, and it just doesn't really seem to be intelligent to put someone through, us having been through some election cycles. It would be really hard for someone to navigate that much.
please.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I completely agree with Councilwoman Armstrong's remarks about while it's not legally binding, it's very important from my perspective that this council not engage in any electioneering or trying to give one candidate an advantage over another. So I know I feel very strongly that we need to ask every single person who applies for a position not to run, although it's not binding. In my world, if you give your word, you give your word, and that's what it's about, so.
With all those comments on the record, I would make a motion for option number 1. I'm going to just add in when we talk about what that appointment selection process would look like, if we can include in that application a written statement saying that they will not run in that 2026 election, if that's okay. And my motion would be for that and option number 1. There's a motion, please vote.
The item is different. I have item 10 up online, but I'm a yes.
Oh, it is, it does say item 10. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, we're getting to 23.
We have a technical issue, sorry.
Thank you.
Now we're at item number 23, so that there's a motion, please vote. And post, and that item passes. And I believe we now move on to Mr. Zamora and what that process could look like.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. For the record, Vince Zamora, Human Resources Director. In anticipation of the two options that were in front of you, I have gone ahead and outlined what option number 1 would look like for recommendations for you. So what we'd like to do is share with you that in anticipating both of these options and the associated timelines that Ms. Holmes has shared with you, that the mayor solicited questions from each council member. The mayor then submitted final questions to me, and they will be included in the application as supplemental questions. We'll have a total of 5 questions, and I believe they're representative of each one of your questions that you submitted. The online application will be available from September 3rd, which is today. After following your vote on this, we will release the application, and it'll run through September 5th at 5 p.m. The application can be found on the city's website, and they can go to our app to find that, or the city's website. Upon job closing, all the qualified applications and resumes will be sent individually to each council member, including the mayor. Mayor and council will individually review the applications and resumes and submit their top 3 in ranking order. Number 1 candidate, number 2 candidate, number 3 candidate to HR no later than September 7th. Based on the individual council members' rankings, HR will forward the top 3 finalist names to the city clerk for inclusion and discussion at the September 17th city council meeting, and in the event of a tie, there may be more than 3 names submitted to the city clerk. Finalists will then have 3 minutes to present their qualifications at the September 17th council meeting, and thereafter, mayor and council will select an interim council member. So the next slide that I have is a recommended timeline, and this timeline is recommended for you to consider and to be mindful that this process and the timeline is a result of the September 17th City Council agenda deadline, which requires completed agenda items submitted to the city clerk by 3:30 p.m. September 8th for inclusion and posting on September 10th. So as you can see, on September 3rd, you'll provide direction to me based upon these recommendations to you. We will post the position online, and the position will close at 5 p.m. Mayor and council through September 6th through 7th will individually review the applications and resume and submit their top 3 to Human Resources. On September 8th, based on those rankings, HR will forward the finalist names to the city clerk for the September 17th agenda. Finalist applications and resumes will be submitted as backup in making this information a public record. On September 17th, we'll have our city council meeting to select an interim council member. I do want to share with you that on the application, we do have minimum requirements that we are listing, and one of those states must be a resident within the city of Las Vegas, Ward 2, must be a qualified elector, as Luann had previously defined, and must acknowledge on the public record that the appointment is temporary and agree to not seek election of the position in the municipal election in 2026. Further, we have questions that the individuals must acknowledge in the application. And those are, how long have you been a resident of Ward 2? Are you registered to vote or have the ability to register to vote? And then we're asking for an attachment of a driver's license that's required so that we can use to verify addresses within Ward 2 and voter eligibility. And finally, we have a question that asks, if you are selected, are you willing to acknowledge on public record that the appointment is temporary and agree not to seek election in the position in the municipal election in 2026? So with that, I'm open to questions that you may have.
Are there any questions? Please, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Mr. Zamora, I have one question. Given the tight time frame, it's only going to be advertised 2 days. Can you just share how you're advertising? Is it going to be on our social media or LinkedIn? And then if an applicant is interested, is the application going to be on our landing page or under government? Can you just provide a little bit more information on how we're actually going to disseminate information about the posting, please?
Certainly. We will go ahead and we've created an announcement that we've sent to communications. Mr. Riggleman's department will go ahead and release that shortly after the vote. Thereafter, that will make our position go live on the city's job website, so it will be included in our regular jobs. We have not included it to go on to the other types of vehicles where individuals scrape, or such as Indeed, because we want to limit it to Ward 2, and we want to make sure that those individuals are going to be responding from Ward 2. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Zamora. As the council has articulated, it's a significantly large ward that deserves representation. I'm not sure if all the applicants are aware that we do meet twice a month. Is there a way to ask in the requirement check boxes if they are able to make the, twice a month council meetings? Because I think that's an important job requirement for someone who's going to fill the seat and be a caretaker.
I can go ahead and read you an example of the duties from the application that we have, Councilwoman. The interim council member will attend all city council meetings, committee meetings, and public hearings, review and vote on ordinances, resolutions, contracts, and policy matters, and represent the interest of Ward 2 residents. Duties include meeting with constituents to address concerns, working with staff to develop and oversee programs and services, and collaborating with the mayor and fellow council members to establish budgetary priorities and long-term plans for the city. The interim council member will also represent city and community events, regional boards, and intergovernmental meetings, helping to strengthen collaboration and promote city goals and priorities. And while we and we don't have the actual schedule of council dates, but we can go ahead and include that into the posting.
I think it's important, especially being that they're committing anywhere from, my recollection is 10 to 16, 14 months, and that's, hopefully they know that Wednesdays are a must to be up here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would make some additional comments, unless there's any up here. So the comments were, and this is more typical to our briefing that we had yesterday. Again, how important this position is, that it will represent over 120,000 people, that it is a schedule to keep. And so those who are interested, who may be watching this, I don't think it's fully baked out yet because we are in such a short time frame, but the goal would be is that we would identify who we're going to appoint on the 17th. There's a 2-week kind of ramp-up period to brief them and get them familiar with what the city is and does and what the next agenda would look like, and then have them in place for our strategic planning, which would be on September 30th. That was kind of an overview, a conversation, and maybe a goal that we would be shooting for. So whoever is interested in applying, it's not an easy gig. You really have to dedicate some time and commitment to understand what Ward 2 is and what the city overall is. And so hopefully anybody watching understands how serious this council takes it, how serious the mayor takes it. The other question that I had, and I think I'm just going to say this, and I don't know if anybody wants to comment, is the council maybe reserves the right to reach out and interview those top 3 candidates. We may or may not do that, and that's something we want to just make sure people know, is that this council may choose to do that. At the end, those top 3 candidates, assuming that's how the rankings fall out, on September 17th, they would be listed publicly, which means everything they submitted would be listed publicly, and they would be given 2 to 3 minutes to pitch us, essentially, before this council makes a decision on that appointment. Is that all fair to say?
That is all consistent with information we've been talking about. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
MPT, if I might add, you hit it spot on with what you said, but I do want to make a note. All applicants, all of the documents submitted will be public record beyond even the top 3.
I think that's very important. Some people don't realize those public records are a thing here. Any other questions or comments? If not, I would be prepared to make a motion to follow staff's recommendation, Mr. Zamora's in particular, around the process outlined today. That'll be my motion then. Please vote. And post. And that item passes. Thank you very much, Dr. Holmes, Mr. Zamora.
Thank you.
You got 2 days.
We're on it.
And we are now moving quickly to item 24, boards and commissions, discussion for possible action regarding the reappointment of Todd Van Bastians to the Ward 1 seat of the Arts Commission. Mr. Van Bastians was appointed to the Ward 1 seat to fill the unexpired term of Suzanne Hackett Morgan. He is eligible and wishes to serve. I am going to make a motion, as that's in Ward 1, to approve. Please vote and post. And that item passes. Thank you, Mr. Van Bastians. Moving on to item number 25, recommending committee bills eligible for adoption at this meeting, bill number 2025-31. And Mr. Attorney, would you mind reading that?
Yes, sir. Bill number 2025-31, an ordinance creating the City of Las Vegas, Nevada Special Improvement District number 819, Summerlin Village 30A, ordering a street project, a storm sewer project, a sanitary sewer project, a drainage project, and a water project within the City of Las Vegas, Nevada, and providing other matters related thereto.
I'm going to move to approve. Please vote and post. And that item passes. Bill number 2025-32. Mr. City Attorney, could you please read?
Yes, sir. Bill number 2025-32, an ordinance concerning the City of Las Vegas, Nevada Special Improvement District number 819, Summerlin Village 30A, assessing the cost of local improvements against the assessable property benefited by the local improvements and providing other matters related thereto.
Move to approve. Please vote and post. That item passes. Bill number 2025-33. Mr. City Attorney.
Bill number 2025-33, an ordinance authorizing the issuance and sale by the city of its Special Improvement District number 819, Summerlin Village 38, Local Improvement Bonds, Series 2025, approving the form of certain documents with respect to such bonds, ratifying action taken by city officers toward the issuance of such bonds, and providing other matters related thereto.
Move to approve. Please vote and post. And that item passes. Recommending committee bills eligible for adoption at a later meeting. Item 28, bill number 2025-34 will be heard at a later meeting. Okay. Item number 30, 25-0109, abeyance item on the following land use entitlement project, requests on 1.06 acres on the east side of Rainbow Boulevard, approximately 605 feet south of Ann Road, C1 Limited Commercial Zone. Item 30A, this item was stricken earlier in the meeting. 30B, 25-0109 VAR2, abeyance item to allow 39 parking spaces where 44 parking spaces are required. 30C, 25-0109 SUP1, abeyance item for proposed motor vehicle parts, sales, installation, and repair use, motor vehicle repair minor. 30D, 25-0109 SDR1, abeyance item for proposed one-story, 7,449 square foot motor vehicle repair and 400 square foot smog check development with a waiver to allow bay doors to face the right of way where such is not allowed. This applicant owner is Gold LTRE LLC number 6. The Planning Commission and staff recommend denial on the entire land use entitlement project. These are in Ward 6 with Councilwoman Bruni and our public hearings, which I now declare open. And please, sir.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me. I'm proud to present that great project for Ward 6. It's basically a minor auto service. We worked diligently with staff and with Councilwoman Bruni and actually fulfilled all that was asked from us. Very attractive project. I'll just show you briefly. It's a small minor auto repair facility. There is a little smog in the front of the property. What we did for requests, we cut down the building footprint, we reduced the number of bays, make it more attractive for the community all around us. There is a very large landscaping all the way around. We have about 65 trees. I think it's more trees than this area has combined.
Sir, if you could state your name for the record?
Eran Gold, E-R-A-N, last name Gold. I'm sorry about that. And that's it. It has a very attractive storefront visible from Rainbow. And again, we met with Councilwoman. She wanted us to put some additional conditions like limiting the business hours. It's going to be closed on Sunday, and make it as friendly as possible to everybody at the Rainbow Corridor. That's about it.
Thank you very much. I'm going to turn it over to, I believe, Mr. Lowenstein.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Peter Lowenstein for the record. Since the last City Council meeting, the applicant has revised the proposed development to reduce the square footage and relocate the proposed building on the site. Consequently, the requested variance from residential adjacency has been eliminated, and the application has been stricken earlier in the meeting. The revisions have reduced the intensity of the requested parking variance that was previously requested to only one parking space deficiency currently, based on the site not being conducive to the walkable neighborhood as recommended by the Rainbow Boulevard North Corridor Plan, and the associated variance staff is recommended denial. As indicated by the applicant, there are additional conditions that were placed into the application. They are part of the special use permit, including hours of operation limitations, a administrative required review in 6 months from the issuance of a business license, and on the site development review, there is a condition that associates with the eastern landscape buffer and the use of 36-inch box trees with a minimum trunk caliper of 3 inches, measured 6 inches from the base of the tree. And with that, thank you.
Thank you very much. This is a public hearing. For anybody who would like to comment, please step forward now. Hearing and seeing none, I'll close the public comment period. Is there anybody on council with any questions or comments? Hearing and seeing none, turn it over to you, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Mr. Gold, I want to thank you. I know that you've held this property for many years, even before I took office, and you've been considering different projects. I know that you and your partners have worked tirelessly with our team and the neighbors to try to find something that's harmonious and compatible. And I do think the fact that we had a lot of protests with the last rendering, and I think the fact that our office has not received any concerns, letters of concern, and we have no one here today, really does show that I think what you've brought today is beautiful and harmonious and compatible, and I'm very excited with the rendering. So thank you for your effort. Thank you for doing business in Ward 6, and I am happy to make a motion to approve 25-0109, items B, C, and D.
There's a motion. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Moving on to item number 32, 25-0143, RQR1, required review. Public hearing is applicant is Clear Channel Outdoor. Owner is MDC Coast 13 LLC for possible action on a land use entitlement project request for a required review of an approved variance V0023-89 that allowed an off-premise sign to be located 265 feet from another off-premise sign where a 300-foot distance separation is required at 5301 West Charleston Boulevard. This is C1 Limited Commercial Zone, Ward 1, with myself, and staff recommends approval. This is now a public hearing. I declare it open. And I do not see anyone here. I'm going to turn it over to our planning staff.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Seth Floyd for the record. The character of the area as a major commercial corridor has not changed, and therefore the site remains suitable for an off-premise sign use. Therefore, staff's recommending approval of the required review, subject to continued conformance with conditions of approval and installation of bird deterrent devices as previously required. Thank you.
And this is a public hearing if anybody would like to comment. Hearing and seeing none, I'm familiar with the project and I will move to approve. Please vote and post. That item passes. Now moving on to item number 33, Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs. This is reports and presentations. Report by Maggie Plaster, Director, and Jennifer Clevin, Deputy Director, Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs, regarding events at the Civic Center and Plaza, generally bordered by Main Street, Clark Avenue, First Street, and Bonneville Avenue. This is Ward 3 with Councilwoman Diaz.
Good morning, Mayor Pro
Plaster,
Tem
Ms. Clevin.
and council members. I'm Maggie Plaster, Director of Parks, Rec, and Cultural Affairs. And this is?
I'm Jennifer Clevin, Deputy Director of Cultural Affairs.
So back in 2012, I was part of the team that moved from the old City Hall to the new City Hall, and it was a really exciting time for staff who got to work here. And now 13 years later, we have this beautiful Civic Center and Plaza across the street. And it's really such a great opportunity for the team who gets to program that space. So I kind of look at it as a highlight of my career, and I think a lot of people on the team do too. Our intention for this space is that it's a community gathering place, but it's also there to highlight all art forms: performing art, fine art, public art. We'll have concerts, theater, opera, orchestras, and dance on the stage. We'll have a diverse array of festivals. We'll have fine art in our gallery and public art on the plaza. And we will provide a venue for local artists to earn a living, whether it's selling their work to the city of Las Vegas or selling their work to residents who are on the plaza in booths or being paid to perform on a stage. So it's really all about the artists in Las Vegas. In addition to bringing our community together, the plaza is also playing a role in making progress on the city's 2050 master plan, where we've committed to planting 60,000 diverse and high-quality trees by 2050. We planted 106 trees in the plaza, which includes 18 different species. 50% of those trees were provided by the city's nurseries, while some of the larger trees were hand-selected by a small team and planted using cranes. So our approximate investment for trees in the plaza is about $500,000. So our first big event is this Thursday, tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. We'll be having a ribbon-cutting celebration where we'll have Mayor Berkeley and Councilwoman Diaz and City Manager Mike Jansen speaking. We will have kind of a reunion of sorts with former Oscar and Carolyn Goodman, for our former mayors being there, as well as 3 former city managers, Betsy Fretwell, Scott Adams, and Jorge Cervantes. And then in the afternoon at 5 o'clock, we'll have a concert by Jessica Manolo. She is a Las Vegas local and a recent contestant on The Voice. She'll play 2 sets starting at 5:30 and 6:30, and so we're really hoping our city employees will stick around for this event, as well as the community coming to celebrate with us on this grand opening day. And then 2 weekends later, on September 18th, 19th, and 20th, we have our grand opening weekend, where Paige and the Overtones, a local band based in Las Vegas who's been touring quite a lot, they'll be performing on that Thursday at 5 o'clock. They're a honky-tonk country band with a deep-rooted love for outlaw country, and we encourage everyone to come and celebrate with us on that Thursday. Then on Friday, we have Meet the Artist at Civic Center. We have over 18, I think it's 18 artists who've contributed work throughout Goodman Plaza and Civic Center, and we're gonna have a panel of these artists in our public meeting room at 6 o'clock on that Friday. And then on Saturday, we will have a joint employee picnic and an opening festival for the public, where the employee picnic side of things will be in the Civic Center throughout the building, and we'll have a festival on the plaza with 4 different bands and vendor booths and kid zones and all of the festival things.
So the slide before you shows our cultural programming for this fiscal year in Civic Plaza. The Festivals and Performance Division took particular care when considering programming for this space, asking themselves, who is our audience, what is our capacity, and how are we reflective of the community? Implementing an RFP process in early 2025 gave us an opportunity to reach out and work with new partners. And that partnership was strategic. We were really looking for folks who, again, were reflective of our community, but also could provide the talent for our stages, where we could provide the space rental, the production services, and marketing support. So from that RFP process, we selected the Nevada Latino Arts and Culture Association, who will produce the Fiesta in the Plaza on September 27th, honoring Hispanic Heritage Month. We also selected Nevada Chamber Orchestra to provide an afternoon concert on November 3rd, And the Black Mountain Institute will produce a variety show as part of their 20th anniversary year-long celebration in 2026.
Ms.
We've
Clevin,
might-
I just want to make sure on our slide it says Saturday, November 8th, and you said November 3rd. Which date is accurate?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Saturday, November 8th.
I just want to make sure we take the right date down.
Apologies.
Thank you.
We've migrated 3 events that typically take place at other facilities to Civic Plaza. That's Dia de los Muertos, Tamales and Mariachi Festival, and Art You OK? And we're also featuring some of our existing partners, Vegas City Opera and the Nevada Shakespeare Company. This lineup shows the breadth and diversity of performers in Las Vegas. We want this year's programming to feature something for everyone. Then we can evaluate success through attendance figures, vendor sales, and length of stay. So this year will be an opportunity for us to evaluate all of the different programming we'll have in the plaza. We'll also work across departments, hosting internal department events and other nonprofits. So you'll see we have an animal adoption event. We'll be working with public safety. We have lots of employee recognition parties that'll happen in the plaza. And then our special events division has planned art activities, lawn games, book exchanges, and lunchtime events intended to serve staff throughout the year. So the idea is that the plaza will be consistently activated. And then we'll also have a farmer's market every second and fourth Thursday, beginning at 4 p.m., and that'll be open to the public. Rentals are a key component of this new space. And we'll have the public meeting room available, the Then Cafe, and the plaza all available for the public to rent. We will continue to honor our 50% discount for nonprofit partners. Jana Hudson coordinates the facility for all internal and external clients. Our tenants in Building B have space allocations in their leases, which will be honored. Jana has begun working with them on requested rental dates, and she's in constant communication so that they know when we're having events on the plaza so they can invite their staff and their customers.
With regard to the public art on the plaza, Cliff Garden Studio will be producing Harmonic Ascension. It's a very large steel sculpture, and this firm is out of Venice, California. It's the largest public art project commissioned by the City of Las Vegas, and it's a significant milestone in both scale and budget in the city's ongoing commitment to public art. We're on track for installation by May of next year, and we had quite a lot of public input on this art project, probably the most public input we've had on a project to date. And then our second public art project, we handled this differently. The first one was with an RFP, and this one we used an art consultant to help bring proposals from 5 different artists to the Arts Commission. And they selected Crystal Ramirez. She's a local artist. And this sculpture honors the rich history of Las Vegas by referencing the J. Sarno breeze block style, which currently can only be seen in the Circus. And the pink neon text will cover both sides of the curved walls, and that sculpture will be installed this month. And then we have 17 new works of art throughout Civic Center from 17 different artists. 4 were commissioned through the city's standard RFP process and purchased with Percent for the Arts funding. And the other 13 were purchased through Cooper Rush Studios with general fund funding and represent both established and emerging Las Vegas adjacent artists. And then last Thursday, the Arts Commission approved a $91,000 investment for more art for the walls of our buildings. And that will be brought to you at the November 5th council meeting for approval.
Our first exhibition in the new Civic Center Gallery will be called Family Album. This has been curated by LACMA and in partnership with the Las Vegas Museum of Art, who has an established ongoing lending relationship with LACMA. It opens October 14th and ends January 9th. It consists of more than 60 works by 14 artists. And the intergenerational roster of artists examines the ways in which personal and collective histories are constructed through the visual language of family photographs, addressing physical, political, and emotional aspects of home, including segregation, displacement, and belonging in today's American neighborhoods. The artists drew directly from their personal archives, and in some instances, or in others, the conventions of family snapshots. Guided tours will be organized and provided by the Las Vegas Museum of Art. And our second exhibition is Rhythm and Resilience, The Pulse of Black Las Vegas. This is an outcome from the African American Museum and Cultural Center feasibility study. We hired Carmen Beals and Clay T. White, who are part of the feasibility study steering committee, to curate and design an exhibition that would give broader context and honor trailblazers of Las Vegas history. For the past year, the curators have identified objects for display, conceived of installation-based environments, and contemporary artwork to display the resilience of the Black community. This opens February 5th and will be on display through June 18th, 2026.
And while many parks, recreation, and cultural affairs staff will contribute to Goodman Plaza's success, I do want to thank the team who's been responsible for all of the programming presented today, and that would be Laura Machado, Brian Garth, Miranda Appleyard, Jonathan Meza, Corey Goebel, Sandra Ward, Jana Hudson, Jasmine Freeman, and Marja Bigas. And now we're happy to entertain any questions.
Thank you so much. You both should be very proud, and of the team that helped put this together, you should all be very proud of it. I'm proud to look out the window and see it every day. One silly question, what's flexible lawn? I would love to know what that is.
The flexible lawn can be used for activities like exercise, so we could potentially have yoga classes out there, but it also can be used for an additional overflow of seating for the stage. So it kind of just gives us flexibility and programming.
Okay, thank you. I was just curious. Just one comment, because I think it is important. We had our former Governor Sandoval was up in the office last week, and he looked out over Goodman Plaza and the Civic Plaza and just was astounded, because I think he had something to do back in the day with the RDA. And he asked how all of this was created, and I said it was because we have some amazing city staff that are able to take public dollars and do something very creative with them that is beneficial to everyone. So you should feel really proud of everything you've done, and I'm just very proud to be part of your team too. Are there any questions or comments up here? This is the Councilwoman's ward.
Thank you, MPT. I do have a couple of questions because I think we benefit from making sure that the space is utilized and it is being programmed and people see their events happening if they're looking for a future venue to host, whether it be a 5K run or whatever the case may be, a nonprofit fundraiser. How much time does an organizing group need to approach us with to be realistic? Because I know that for some of our gallery spaces, it's years ahead of time. And so I just want the audience that's listening that knows that now this area is up for potential programming. How much time do they have to give themselves to reach out and see if we can make it happen for their events?
So typically we're booking about a year to 18 months in advance for larger festivals, and especially on Fridays and Saturdays during spring and fall. So when we do the RFP process, we're looking for folks who are able to kind of meet that requirement, but we're always open to planning programs from Monday to Thursday as well, in the evening and during the day. So we're trying, this year we're gonna learn what makes sense and how many people are coming and attending these events. So we're really open, but ideally the year to 18 months. And then that gives us an opportunity to work with them on their marketing and branding for the event, and also really dialing into production needs.
And logistics, because sometimes you need some other layers of things, right?
Absolutely.
I had another question as well relating to our Civic Center gallery. So I want one, it's completely free for people to visit this gallery as we're bringing in exhibitions through the LACMA?
Yep, that's correct. It's completely free.
And what will the day and hours be available for the public to come through and admire the artwork that we have on exhibit?
It'll be open Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then if we have special events and on the weekends, we can also open the gallery at that time.
And I just want to echo PT's comments about our fabulous city staff, but in particular our small and mighty cultural affairs team and parks team who always converge and make things a reality. It amazes people at what speed just a few bodies and minds can really get things going, but this makes all of our hearts collectively happy because now we have more trees, more greenery. When we need that mental break from our offices, we can get down and actually just enjoy the nature and the beauty that's down there. So thank you so much for the presentation and the information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a report only. Thank you very much. We look forward to maybe a year from now, you can give us a progress update on how the plaza has been activated and what we can expect for the next year, if that's okay to ask.
Happy to do that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Item 34, we set date on any appeals filed or required public hearings, and I would instruct the city clerk to set the public hearing dates and appeals from the City Planning Commission of meetings and dangerous buildings or nuisance litter abatements.
Will do, thank you.
The next item is 35, citizen participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the City Council. No subject may be acted upon by the City Council unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come to the podium and give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed, may be limited. This is your opportunity to address the council, but the council is not able to respond or engage in dialogue. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak under this portion of the agenda? And we'll set the time at 2 minutes.
Good morning.
Mr. Nimrod, please.
Good morning, lovely council. My name is Eric Melchizedek Christ Nimrod. You can find Nimrod in Genesis, the 10th chapter, the 6th to the 12th verse. He built 8 cities in the presence of God. In Genesis, the 11th chapter, the 1st to the 9th verse, the Tower of Babel was never built. God came down, stopped it, boom. But Nimrod in the 10th chapter of Genesis built 8 cities. Got that. Okay, good morning, beloved Mayor Shelley, wherever you are, and all of you mighty council members. Viva Las Vegas is a wonderful town with the amazing Las Vegas Strip and the fun-filled, outstanding downtown. Viva Las Vegas is the capital of entertainment, arts, and sports. Hooray! With a wonderful star-filled city council that always deserves praise. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for speaking. Is there anybody else who would like to comment? Hearing and seeing none, we'll close the public comment period. And we're now on to item 36, council emerging issues, discussion regarding potential items for future city council agendas. This is all wards. Any discussion must be limited to whether or not such proposed items shall be placed on a future agenda, and no discussion regarding the substance of any such proposed topic shall occur. No action shall be taken. And I think we have one emerging issue.
Thank you, Madam, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. To the city manager and staff, we talked earlier about the appointment and how it was very important for council to be not engaging in the next election, to show any preference to any candidate. I had a further thought that perhaps if we can instruct Mr. Zamora in that promissory note that they're going to sign to ask them not only to pledge not to run, but pledge not to engage in that race, so not to show preference or publicly endorse one candidate over another. You understand that distinction?
I'm going to have to ask legal on that because as we've discussed, the limitations on what we can place on someone committing to running or not running, I think there's some challenges there. And if we're comfortable making that a requirement as part of what they sign off on, we're happy to do that.
Jeff Dorkek, City Attorney. Yeah, as the city manager said, we can word that similarly to the not running commitment that's already on the application. So will you commit to not endorsing a candidate who seeks the office in 2026? But like the other item, it will also be unenforceable under basically federal constitutional doctrine, but we can definitely put it on there. And as both you, Councilwoman Polensky and Councilwoman Summers Armstrong pointed out, it becomes something that the individuals state on the public record, and if they want to go back on it, then that's their decision.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Are there other emerging items?
Sounds like it, maybe.
I have a little bit of a concern with that.
And I don't think we can engage in debate back and
Okay.
forth, so I'll leave it to the city attorney on what we can and can't do.
That's correct, MPT's statement there on the rule, but we can talk about it offline and get with the city manager.
Okay. Anybody else? Hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to item number 37, council member recognition. Comments made by individual city council members during this portion of the agenda will not be acted upon by the city council unless that subject is on the agenda and scheduled for action. And I'm going to start with Councilwoman Bruni. Nice job today on the ceremonial.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. On our latest episode of Access City Council, we discussed traffic safety near schools, recent improvements at Arborview High School, and several upcoming initiatives. We also covered the new legislation which implements stricter penalties for DUIs. Special thanks to our guests, Region 1 CCSD Superintendent Lindsay Tomlinson, City of Las Vegas Traffic Engineer Sean Robinson, and City of Las Vegas Assistant Attorney Carly Helbert. It was Carly's and Sean's first time joining Access, and they did a stand-up job. Team Bruni attended Metro's Homeless ComStat meeting where statistics were shared on current crime trends and community concerns. This Saturday, September 6th, we'll be partnering with Just Serve to host a community day of service. Please stop by to help us sort clothes for youth and families, or youth in foster care and families who need resources. We'll be meeting from 8 to 10 at St. Anthony of Padua Church. On September 11th, we'll be hosting our monthly Bocaditos with Bruni from 9 to 11 at our satellite office at the Y. On September 13th, we'll be hosting our 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony and Service Day Bash from 8 to 10 a.m. at Floydland Park. We'll start the day with the ceremony and then finish with a cleanup of the lakes at Floydland Park. Later that day, on September 13th, we'll head over to the Centennial Hills Park Amphitheater to listen to the happy tunes of Fat Cat Swinger, a band that has performed with Christina Aguilera and at Disney. The event will start at 7. Bring your low-back chairs, blankets, and snacks. We will also have food trucks out as well. If you missed our previous 2 Critters of the Night events, not to worry. We will have our 3rd and final one of the season on September 19th at Floydland Park. We'll start looking for critters at 6:30 p.m. Thank you again to the Nevada Department of Wildlife for partnering with us on this educational and family-friendly event. We are rounding out our September events with our Tales and Mocktails Book Club. Join us September 20th at 6:30 at the Centennial Hills Library to discuss Laura McBride's We Are Called to Rise. She's a local author and a professor at CSN. Come meet new friends, enjoy the book, and enjoy mocktails and hors d'oeuvres. As always, we want to hear from you. Our phone number is 702-229-5463, or you can email us at ward6@lasvegasnevada.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Diaz.
Thank you, MPT. And first and foremost, we hope Mayor Berkeley is feeling better, and hopefully she's taking some good stuff, whatever it is keeping her home. We hope she feels better. I want to start by highlighting a visit to Hollingsworth Elementary School on August 19th. NAOP made a very generous donation to Hollingsworth Elementary, and so we were there to witness it and also to take part in reading to some of our kiddos there. So again, NAOP, thank you so much for your generous donations of thousands of essential school supplies that then the school will help with combat chronic absenteeism. So they'll offer a lot of incentives to make sure they get some of the much needed supplies to have at home. I want to also give a shout out to Ms. Avila's 2nd grade class. They allowed me to read to them, and it made a really great day to see how much we really care and go above and beyond for each other. On August 28th, the Downtown Area Command stepped it up. They do it every day in Ward 3, but this time it was for a cleanup, and so I felt incredibly fortunate to have so many of them as partners in Ward 3. Downtown Area Command with our neighborhood services team were the ones who really rolled up their sleeves and led this effort in the 5 Points area off Fremont Street last Thursday. So thank you to Captain Seeley and your amazing DTAC officers. Obviously, our neighborhood services team was on hand to lend the tools from our tool lending library and all the other volunteers that came through. Thank you so much for helping us keep our areas clean and beautiful for our community. This Labor Day, on September 1st, we co-hosted a Labor Day pool party at Martinez Hall Family Pool. It was happening, it was popping. A lot of parents want to take their kids, run around and get them tired before the start of the week and school on Tuesday. And I just want to thank everyone who stopped by and made this Splish Splash event such a smashing success. It was filled with music, prizes, family fun, and I just want to give a special thank you to Assemblymember Ruben De Silva, who wants to make this now an annual standing tradition, Assemblymember Cynthia Moore, Senator Edgar Flores, and our amazing sponsors, Fiesta 98.1 FM and Telemundo Las Vegas. We still have an opportunity to clean up for National Cleanup Day. We're hosting at Award 3 a cleanup at Mayfair Place Park, Saturday, September 6th, 9 a.m. to noon. It's in the Mayfair community, 417 South 15th Street. So make sure that you take note or take a picture of the QR code and sign up so that you can meet us and roll up our sleeves and do our day of service this day. I hope to see you there. Also, as mentioned by Ms. Maggie Plaster and Ms. Clevens earlier, we have some cultural events happening at Carolyn G. Goodman Plaza, just re-highlighting some days, September 4th, 18th, 20th, and 27th. So don't miss them. These are all free events for families, and as the weather's getting nicer and we need to do some things with our kiddos that are family friendly, these are all awesome opportunities. So take note, follow our social media for the city, and you'll be on top of everything happening. Last little plug here for the 2025 Family Engagement Summit happening September 13th, 8:30 to 4 p.m. at Northwest Career and Technical Academy on 8200 West Tropical Parkway. And so the Nevada Department of Education does want to have all families engaged and involved in this family summit. So make sure that you stop by to see things that will help us as parents do better around student mental health, school safety, academic success strategies, and so much more. The event is again free. There's going to be raffles, breakfast and lunch provided. Please register today so that you can secure your seat. Again, just putting a plug out for our fabulous programming through our different rec centers and community centers. No School Fun Days are coming September 15th, October 17th, and 20th, and November 26th. Take a look at this and see what school community center is closest to you so that when we have to keep working, our kids do too, but in a fun way with our No School Fun Day. Check out all that information at your community center. And that's it for me, MPT. As usual, they can stay connected calling our number 229-2359 or Ward 3 at lasvegasnevada.gov.
Thank you very much, and Councilwoman Ellen Polensky.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. On Wednesday, August 27th, I had the pleasure of attending the Summerlin South Little League Parade. I wouldn't miss it for the world. It was an incredible way to celebrate the Little League World Series U.S. champions. I couldn't be prouder of what Summerlin South has accomplished. Summerlin South showed heart and respect for the game, true sportsmanship from the beginning to the end. Congratulations to Summerlin South. What an incredible moment for our community. Next up, on Thursday, August 28th, I was able to present proclamations for the Lone Mountain Stake and the Sky Canyon Stake in recognition of their extraordinary partnership and volunteer work for our Dazzle Prom. I truly can't thank them enough for their hard work in making Dazzle Prom, our Dazzle Prom event, so successful. As we approach the anniversary of September 11th, we would like to invite everyone to join us in honoring and remembering the lives lost on its 24th anniversary. This memorial event will be on Thursday, September 11th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Police Memorial Park. We hope you will join us as we never forget honoring the victims of this tragic event. Next, please take a moment to look at the places on this slide. These 8 children from our community are still missing. If you recognize or have any information, please call an LV MPD missing person detail at 702-828-3111. If you're a runaway youth or know someone who may be at risk, help is available. And lastly, don't forget to stay connected with us on Facebook, X, Instagram, all the ways. We're sharing updates, community news, and upcoming events. You can also sign up for the Ward 4 newsletter and stay informed about events happening in the Northwest. If you ever need any assistance or have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us the old-fashioned way, 702-229-2524. We are always here to help any way that we can. And lastly, I'd just like to shout out to the folks and residents and friends of Ward 2. If you're interested in applying for the vacant City Council seat, you must submit an application in writing through the official City of Las Vegas webpage. There should be a link on the front page. That's www.lasvegasnevada.gov. And of course, as we discussed in length today, the application will close on Friday at 5 p.m. All interested parties, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you. I don't think phones are old-fashioned, by the way, just to put that out there. Councilwoman Summers Armstrong, nice job on your ceremonial today as well.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. And the phones that I always think of that are old-fashioned are the ones with the squeegee cord that stretches.
The good old days.
The good old days, absolutely. Good morning, everyone. We have the pleasure of attending the Women in Business and Politics Awards that were presented by the Urban Chamber of Commerce on August 22nd. We had a wonderful panel there with the mayors from Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and Henderson, and just to be in the presence of women who are really trying to make strides in business and the organizations that support them was a wonderful occasion, and I was happy to be in attendance. Next, on August 23rd, I had the pleasure of attending the Asian American Groups Community Gala. It was a beautiful event that raised funds to support Autism Cares, which is a local nonprofit organization that empowers teens and adults with autism. The AAG also honored community members for their leadership and compassion. The keynote speaker was previous City of Las Vegas Mayor Jan Jones Blackhurst, and there was an amazing fashion show. It was great to see folks there, and just happy that we are bringing a light and honor to folks that have autism, and folks are doing the work to support them. Next, on August 27th, in the historic West Side, we had the ribbon cutting for the historic West Side Education and Training Center. We celebrated mightily with our congressional delegation and other community leaders. This is going to be an amazing opportunity for us to bring educational opportunities right into the West Side. We have jobs providers who are going to help us craft our educational process there and ensure that community members have a chance to raise themselves through training. So congratulations, City of Las Vegas and CSN. Let's see, on Saturday the 30th, we were at the Downtown Bus Transportation Center at an event that honored our city's spay and neuter program. We had the awards here in Chambers, but I was able to work with the RTC, and they agreed to put the young people's art on buses. So we will probably have 50 million, maybe 20 million eyes to get to see the art that these young people created to encourage folks to be responsible pet owners. The young people were excited, I think maybe even a little overwhelmed by the fanfare. I don't think they realized how often their art would be seen on these buses. We have tens of millions of people who ride every day, and I think that they were kind of shocked by that. Their parents were overjoyed, and it was just a wonderful opportunity for me to partner with my previous employer, who I know does great work in our community, and to use that as a platform to honor our kids, but also to share more broadly our spay and neuter program. Thank you, Chief Potts, for being there, and your team as well. On Sunday, the 31st, my hubby and I, Carl with the K Armstrong, Mayor Pamela Goins-Brown and her husband, and I attended the White Before Labor Day Awards dinner that was hosted by the original Outstanding Gentleman of Las Vegas. This is a nonprofit organization that supports veterans and seniors in our community. They're often at the Doolittle Senior Center supporting our seniors. It was a all-white party. We all dressed up in our white apparel, listened to some good music, ate some great food, and just had a wonderful celebration. Thank you, the original OGs, for the acknowledgement. They gave awards to the mayor, Mayor Berkeley, Mayor Pamela Goins-Brown, and myself. So thank you, and it was a wonderful event. Let's see. We've got a couple of announcements. We are still looking for folks to join AmeriCorps. It is a wonderful program that supports lots of activities in the city of Las Vegas, including helping our schools with absenteeism. So if you are interested, please sign up or use the QR code and let them know that you are available. Important to note that there is student loan assistance if you become an AmeriCorps member. As always, I'm pushing Lorenzi Park Tennis. That's in my neighborhood. We want our kids to be outside. The weather's cooling off. So now I can go out because it was too hot in the summer. And I hope to see you out there. Watch out if my forehand gets rocking. I will try to beat you on the court. The RTC is sponsoring a Let's Go Safely survey. We want to talk to our community about pedestrian and bicycle and motorcycle safety and how we can do better. So please take the survey. We need to hear from our community about these issues. Let's see, we have the Strong Start Clark County Youth Mayor application is now open. Last year's mayor is finished with his term, and we want young people to participate. So if you think you could be the youth mayor of the city of Las Vegas, why not? Sign up. Finally, we have the we're going to announce that the UCAN HBCU, it's not up there. But for parents who are listening, the UCAN 26th Annual Historically Black Colleges and Universities Recruitment Fair will be going on, let's see, Saturday the 13th of September. We'll put it in the newsletter, but just a shout out to parents. Last year, I know at least 5 young people who were awarded full scholarships on the spot because they had good grades and good community outreach and volunteerism. So we want our kids to have full opportunities to go to college. So please take your children September 13th at Doolittle. And this is my team. Hi, Nora, Julius, and Ara. They work super hard to ensure that we are meeting the needs of our community. Please reach out the old-fashioned way at 702-229-5443, or you can email us at ward5lasvegas@lasvegasnevada.gov. We do our best to be responsive to our community's needs. And thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, for the time.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman. And as always, these meetings are produced by a lot of different people. So thanks to communications and the IT staff and the Department of Public Safety and clerks and management and everyone else that was helping us make us look good today. So thanks, everyone, and this will conclude our meeting for today.
You didn't do yours?